I got myself a local bottled water, and I'll be making a video after a while. This feels a little weird because I feel like I lost a tempo. Now it's gonna be a little harder to film these videos. I need to get back on track. This is my first try, so we will see how it's gonna roll out. And if you'll be watching this at the end, some update on my wound. It's been healing. Now I wear these silicone these silicone patches, and it seems like it's healing properly. We will see how much of a scar it's gonna be at the end and if it's gonna be noticeable or not. Whatever happens, I'm alright with it. Honestly, let me just drink a sip. I'm talking random bullshit. I have to get right on the topic, which is: are you introverted or are you antisocial? It's a very good question. I thought of it at the end of June. It's been a month since I had this written down on my Google Docs because I felt like for the first time in my life, I felt more extroverted than introverted in many cases. I've always identified myself as somebody pretty introverted. I've never been a guy that wants to be around too many people at once or in like big public crowded spaces. I always want to be like the indoor person, somebody who has like a his small circle of people and his private life, you could say. But the longer I stay here in Eastern Europe, in Macedonia, the more I realize that I might not be that introverted after all. I might be extroverted. And the whole time I wasn't actually introverted, I was actually just antisocial and not developed socially enough. Let me explain. You see the narrative here. A lot of people in the West, like on social media and everything, everybody suddenly became introverted. Everybody's an indoor person. Nobody really wants to go outside and talk to people. Everybody's scared of like crowded spaces and everything. I kind of refuse to believe it. What happened to like social clubs, to like pubs, to like the Irish pub where everybody goes on the weekend, drinks a beer with random people and has a blast and goes home. Like all these places existed and they still exist like out there. Everybody knows such a place in his hometown or the place where he lives currently, but suddenly just everybody seems so antisocial, or nobody says that he's antisocial. I mean, some people admit that they're antisocial, but most of the people say, ah, well, I'm just introverted. It is just an excuse to being antisocial in this current world. It is harder for younger people to get easily organically socialized in this society because you grow up on your phone, you grow up playing video games the whole day, you don't really like your people at school, so you don't really hang out with them, and suddenly you're 20 and you have barely any friends, you have not been in a serious relationship, you don't have a strong connection with your parents. The only place where you actually feel like you can be yourself and fully social is like at a video game or a random Discord server or some random small weird group of people that you met online. So everything revolves around these kind of anonymous places where you can comfortably be in your room while talking to other people while not seeing their face as well, which is a very big thing. Like when you talk to somebody and you look at them in their eyes, it's different. Like you just feel like you're staring at their soul directly, and you get this like uncomfortable ick, and you kind of snap back like, oh shit, I'm talking to a real person. Now, it can happen. I mean, it's a sign that you're not really that socially developed. It happens to me as well, but it is reality. Like when you get these like weird moments where like, oh shit, I'm talking to a real person, or you get some weird ick of like overwhelming ick of being in this social circle, then you are probably not on a level where you can fully just let yourself go and be social with these people without really considering the situation you're put in. Back to what I was saying was that a lot of people, a lot of young people, including me, for a period of my life, I was fully just isolated, and the only social interactions, or the most of the bigger chunk of the social interactions that I was getting was through like social media, Discord, and all these kind of bullshit things that are not actual social, or like they're not organically social tools. You're not fully socialized through these things because again, you're not using all of your senses. You're not actually socializing by the book. Like, by the book, you socialize when you sit with somebody and you spend time with them, and you kind of let go, and you could say like you put your ego on the side, You put your expectations on the side, you put all these stereotypes types on the side, and you talk to them and you socialize. Like, you get this energy, you share the vibration with them, you share the frequency, the thoughts, everything that goes between you two for this period of time is going to be shared, and you get socialized. Okay, I'm just overcomplicating this. That is you're just getting socialized. Shit, my teeth look very white. I think that is because I got tanned because I was in Greece until yesterday, and now I look like I'm from Middle East, and my teeth look too white, almost like they're fake. But okay, I shouldn't have talked about my teeth now because I lost my thought. But yeah, so many people have this idea that they're very introverted, including me. I was like a guy that I was like my whole life I was like, okay, I'm very introverted person. I'm so introverted, like I cannot believe it. Why am I so introverted? And so on. And you meet somebody who is like actually a very extroverted person, and you almost get this ick. Again, I'm using ick so many times in this video, but you get this sensation that you don't like them, almost like you feel uncomfortable around them because they're so extroverted. And I was in that spot so many times where somebody comes in and he's just bursting with social energy, like he talks to everybody, he has something to say to everybody, even though he's new in the group as well, just like you, or he's not that connected to the people in this room. And you're like, who's this guy? Like, he's kind of cool, but in the same time he's taking the spotlight away from everybody because he has something to say to everybody, and there's barely any uncomfortable spaces in between the conversations. Like, it's just a nice flow, everybody is included, and it's very nice. And these people were sometimes like giving me this weird energy that I was like, these are very fake people, like this guy's so fake. But actually he wasn't fake, he was just being himself, and he was so much more social than me, and he was stealing the spotlight from everybody because he knew what he had to do in a social circle to be accepted, to be like, to get in the group, to get into the conversation. It's a very good skill to have, it's a very important skill to have. I think it's an essential one as well. And I didn't like these people, but now in the last 2 months I've been around so many people. Like, I said it, I made a video right after I came to Macedonia, and I said that I feel so almost socially overwhelmed. I felt socially overwhelmed the first few days because I had so much social contact with so many people. But now I'm in here, like I feel part of this. In the last few weeks, especially, this high tempo of socializing and social events got up so high that I had situations where I was that guy. I was that guy that was stealing the spotlight from other people. And I wasn't doing it to get like more attention or to feel like more valued by the other people or to steal someone's presence at a specific time in a chat. Not really. I was just being myself. I let go of my thoughts. I was just being myself. I let the train of thought go somewhere, and I was just inclusive. I talked to everybody. I was having a laughter. I was talking to people I didn't know, and I actually met in the last month or two. I made some interesting like friendships, or I became pretty close with people I knew like for a high. Like, I never talked to them, and it helped me build this persona. You could say, like, it helped me build my character. It helped me build my social skills to a point where I became somebody who can open a conversations with so many more people. I felt like I was part of every group and I can be included everywhere, and I wouldn't struggle to be included or feel like part of the group. And it's a very nice thing. And that is when the idea got born inside my head that maybe we're just antisocial, we're not introverted. I said, for the first time in so long, maybe for the first time in my life, I felt like I might be an extroverted person. I still don't know if I'm an extroverted person, but I might be. I might actually be an extroverted person. I was never too talkative. Even as a kid, I was very shy, and it took me very long before I could be free with people. Like, even with like my uncle and very close family, I was very anti-social, and I was shy. I was very shy as a kid. It took me very long before I became like more social. And now I'm realizing that I might have never been an introvert to begin with. I might have been an extrovert, but I never really had a chance or a space where I could actually test that claim. And I want you to ask yourself that as well. Are you an extrovert, like actual extrovert? Are you an actual introvert? Or the better question is, are you antisocial? I think that's the best question. Are you antisocial? Have you left your house in the last few months? Have you actually done something that is uncomfortable? Have you been to a like institution? Have you been to a Irish pub? Have you been to a club? Have you been to a library? Have you been to a like a retail store, whatever? Have you been to a place where you kind of have to make eye contact with people and talk to people and share some conversations and share a laugh, whatever? Have you been in a spot like that? If you haven't been in such a place, and if you feel like a feeling of anxiety when you leave your place and when you have to go somewhere where you're not familiar with anybody, do you feel like it's a nice challenge where you are going to meet new people, or do you think it's an obstacle, like it's actually hard, like you feel anxious, you feel uncomfortable? If you feel uncomfortable, there's a good chance you're just antisocial, man. Sorry. And I was that guy many times. Many times throughout my life, I was that guy who felt like I was going to a place and I was like almost sweating, like shit, what I'm gonna say there, who is going to be there, do I know anybody? Like these questions, it's just your brain actively trying to save you from leaving your comfort zone. I think that is the only real answer. What helped me was just extreme social networking, extreme social connections, like being with somebody like for 10, 15 hours at a time and going out with people and talking to random people, like actually random people. I know that these events were mostly like clubs and like pubs, so I was drinking, I was more social automatically. You know, when you drink, you're more social. So the substance helped me with being more social, but at the same time, for example, I'm fully sober now, and I can guarantee like 1,000% that if I go out now to a random place, I'll be 10 times more comfortable than I was 2 months ago. Like if you compare my 2 months ago me and now, it would be totally different. That is my claim, man. Tell me what you think. I've been yapping for 14 minutes. I cannot believe almost 14 minutes. It felt like it was only 2 minutes. Tell me what you think about this. I've been away for a while though. I haven't filmed a video for like a month. Today's 28th of July 2026, so this video is probably gonna come out in the next few days. I don't know when I'll have time to edit this and put it online. But yeah, my channel has been dead pretty much, but I don't know. I feel like I've detached from it. I'm making these videos just kind of for myself, and somebody might find it interesting to listen to and maybe compare their life situations with mine, since I feel like I'm just part of a huge group who live a pretty similar daily life. But again, who knows? Yeah, tell me what you think about this, and do you think you're just antisocial, or you actually are very introverted, or are you somebody who is pretty extroverted? But yeah, tell me what you think about it, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.